Knowledge, as we know well, is power. The powerful are always less curious than the powerless, and that is because they think that they have all the answers, and they do, but not to the questions that the powerless are asking. Much will depend on how we continue even to ask the questions. In asking the old questions, using the old categories, relying on the old frameworks, enveloping ourselves in grand theories, we will only be underlining the answers we think we know, preventing the possibility of discerning fresh starts, of breaking new ground. So when we speak about the alleviation and eradication of poverty, particularly in countries such as the United States, the initial questions are often questions such as, what do the poor need? What do they lack? How can we help? What can we fix? And really these are the old questions, and they assume the same market-based answers that are often more destructive than they are helpful. So in order to ask new questions, we really need to be seen from new perspectives. So from the perspective of women, for example, whose work often multiplies in situations of poverty, the questions we might be asking are, what does she know? What does she contribute? What are her support systems? And then how can we support? And this really helps us to think a little bit differently about an option for the poor, which is a call to everyone. And it's about recognizing the full human dignity of every person and the ways in which all people, especially the poor, are becoming and can be agents of change within their own communities.
Questions like these also make us think differently about poverty. Poverty is a complex, multi-layered restraint on one's freedoms and capabilities, which isn't only bound to economics, but also includes restraints on gender restrictions, prohibitions against one's own body and assets, physical constraints, and fabricated needs promoted by a globalized market. The poor are not reduced only to an income. They're not mere receivers of alleviation. The poor are not objects of reception, but in fact subjects of their own lives. Now this doesn't deny the cruelty of poverty, but it provides a new way for us to think and ask new questions and explore new possibilities to the experience and the power of the poor themselves.
Responder a la injusticia que es la pobreza, desde el respeto por el poder de gestión que ejercen las mujeres pobres, tiene implicaciones muy concretas a la hora de implementar estrategias de alivio. Por ejemplo, su inclusión, la participación activa de las mujeres como protagonistas de su propio destino. Segundo, la organización de espacios donde ellas puedan compartir y apoyarse mutuamente. Tercero, el alentar su poder de gestión, promoviendo el uso de los conocimientos que ellas ya tienen, así como también la capacitación en nuevas áreas. La pobreza, evidentemente, hace que el poder de gestión de las mujeres pobres se vea dramáticamente truncado. Sin embargo, las estrategias de supervivencia que ellas ejercen como resistencia al sistema que las oprime y que las excluye, ya contienen en germen las alternativas que es hora pueden y deben ser tenidas en cuenta.
圣经告诉我们，人是照天主的肖像造成的，男人或女人都是天主的肖像和儿女。天主赐给每个人不同的智慧和天赋，他愿意男人和女人合作，共同来创造人类，治理大地，照顾天空的鸟和海里的鱼，并一起来管理世界，让其变得更加符合人性。但在大部分的民族文化中，妇女都处于弱势状态，没有机会贡献天主赐予他们的智慧。授权给妇女和男人一起贡献天赋，使世界变得更加和谐、美好、人性化。
La femme, en tant qu'être aimée, est douée des dons reçus de Dieu. Elle exerce ses capacités dans la société de différentes façons. Par exemple, au Rwanda, le rôle des femmes dans la reconstruction du pays après le génocide a été très important dans les différents secteurs, tels que l'économie, l'éducation, au service militaire, la police, le monde des affaires, le commerce, l'agriculture et en politique. Il n'est donc pas étonnant de constater que le respect des droits des femmes devient une priorité pour le Rwanda actuellement. Le Rwanda est connu d'avoir la majorité des femmes au Parlement. On compte 56% des députés. Je pense que cette situation améliore grandement l'image du pays sur la scène internationale. En effet, au Rwanda, les femmes sont au cœur du changement pour la promotion de la paix et de l'unité et de la réconciliation.
Women make use of their God-given potentials to promote and regenerate the life of humanity. All facets of life, therefore, need active women involvement. Key areas of women empowerment are education, politics, and leadership positions. Breaking social, cultural, and religious barriers, resourcing them to be responsible to help manage the home and the society, and becoming more economically independent, as well as making women more assertive. Perhaps one of such moves of women empowerment is the northern part of Ghana, where in spite of the patriarchal system, women through microfinances have developed their lot in the shea industry. A tremendous result from this has since synthesized many women across Ghana who actively get involved in various community-based organizations such as Rural Enterprise Project. Through the Rural Enterprise Project, many women have this built micro enterprises like soap making, among other things, that have really helped build the family.
As we seek to respond to the reality of poverty experienced by women globally, we can draw on our Catholic tradition of solidarity. Pope John Paul II described solidarity this way.
It is a firm and persevering determination to commit oneself to the common good, to the good of all and of each individual, because we are all really responsible for all.
True solidarity is the appropriate response to our interrelated reality. There is no true commitment to solidarity with the poor if one sees them only as people passively waiting for help. Rather, the Catholic tradition understands solidarity as friendship, social charity, and a civilization of love. This understanding of solidarity matches more with the experience of solidarity of women.
This is the story of women living in poverty, experiencing violence, and encountering people who stand with them in solidarity in Taiwan, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, and the United States.
Vào ngày 20 tháng 5 năm 2005, cảnh sát Đài Loan đã bắt giữ ông Hồng Minh Dụ, giám đốc công ty môi giới lao động nước ngoài, và người cha của ông về tội danh hãm hiếp hơn 50 nữ lao động nước ngoài. Cha Nguyễn Văn Hùng đã khuyến khích các nạn nhân nói lên sự thật, và cha đã giúp họ tìm luật sư cũng như thông dịch viên ra trước tòa để tố cáo cha con ông Hồng, và cha đã tìm việc làm và chỗ ở thích hợp cho những cái nạn nhân này.
Les femmes de la République démocratique du Congo ont prouvé leur solidarité avec les femmes par leur lutte contre les violences sexuelles. La synergie des femmes contre les violences sexuelles, par exemple, rapporte que le nombre de femmes violées qu'elle a accompagnées a augmenté de 708 femmes en 2011 à 1086 femmes en 2012 et que la majorité de ces femmes étaient mineures. Elle prend en charge le traitement des infections sexuellement transmissibles et les grossesses indésirables contractées par les femmes violées. Elle assure l'accompagnement psychosocial par l'écoute et la thérapie des groupes. Elle est parvenue aussi à accompagner 38 cas devant les juridictions, devant la justice, et pour certains de ces cas, les auteurs ont été arrêtés.
In Jersey City, I met women living in poverty, experiencing violence daily from their partners. Finding safety meant losing their homes and their support systems. Most could also not afford an attorney, but they did not face the legal system alone because other women accompanied them to court as they sought restraining orders. I experienced solidarity sitting next to women, a physical barrier between their abuser and themselves as they stood before the judge. I offered the strength of my presence as they claimed agency and empowered themselves to speak their truth.
There are different ways of knowledge, and we need to weave them so they would lead us to a new way of seeing.